Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lara, or Lara Likes Mascara. Two notes before we begin today's video. First of all, I'm using a different camera today. I used this camera from 2020 until 2023 and then it stopped working, so I had to send it off for repair. Used another one of my partner's cameras for a while, but I think this one is just like a better camera all around, so I've switched back to it. It might take some adjusting. And then also, I tried a different makeup look today. I don't think I'm into it, but I also feel like I haven't done anything really like adventurous or out there in a while in terms of my makeup. I haven't played around for quite a few videos. You guys might be getting bored of my like regular makeup look. So at least this is something different. Let me know what you think of it. I don't personally like it, so I will not be offended if you're like, wow, that is like way too dark on your eyes, or like the colors just don't go, because I agree. Now, moving right along with today's video, this is a Project Pan update. Very exciting. I did my Project Pan introduction video at the beginning of January, and as it is now the beginning of March, 2 months later, I have some updates to give you about this year's Project Pan makeup items. And these are all makeup items in the past. Sometimes I've done like some skincare or hair care type products, but this year my Project Pan is entirely makeup, and then my like Plan to Pan series, I have more skincare and body care type products in that category. So let's go right into it. Let's talk about my Project Pan items. We've got 11 today, and I just have to say off the top, I have no empties today, which is fairly unusual. I feel like I usually have something to report, and I did actually finish a number of makeup products over the past 2 months, which is the frustrating part. It's just that all of those products happen to be in my Plan to Pan series. So the next update of that series, you will see quite a bit of progress and a number of empties, but for this series, unfortunately, no empties. I did declutter one item, so that is a big change, but I didn't actually finish any. Even though there was at least one product that I was certain would be done by now, that certainty was misguided because I was incorrect. I did not finish it. But let's talk about the two blushes off the top that I'm trying to pan over the course of the year. These are two Milk blushes in the shade Work and the Glimmer Glow Oil Lip and Cheek. So this was a whole saga on my TikTok. If you are following me over there, this was actually my most viewed TikTok. It's at like 2.5 million or something, which is just wild. But I depotted what was remaining in here into another container because basically when I turned it all the way up, I wasn't able to turn it back down. So I just moved it into another container, and I tried for a long time to use up that product. I really did, but I really do not like this product. I never liked it as a blush, as a lip product. I don't think I ever tried it on my eyes because I just like the idea of that makes me kind of uncomfortable. Same with this. I think you can use this on your eyes, but I just would not. I don't know, I don't trust these products at all. And yeah, eventually I was like, you know what? This is not working. I am hate panning this. Sometimes I enjoy a good hate pan, you know, if it's like for a short period of time or it's gonna be really satisfying, whatever. This was not satisfying. I just wanted it gone. And so this has ended up being decluttered. I gotta find, I still have the container with like the remnants of what was left in it, so I should probably go grab that. But yeah, I'm just really relieved that I gave myself permission to declutter this because the entire time I owned it, I never liked it. Whereas with this blush, I like the color. I don't think this is great. In fact, I don't think it's very good. Just compared to this one, it's much better. All of my other cream blushes are better than this. I've got a NYX one that is like 10 times better and a fraction of the price. It gives off so little pigment, and like you can't really build it up. As soon as you start blending, it's like, where did it go? Like, where's the product? You know, so you can't wear this by itself. I have to layer it with another blush. I definitely have used up a bit of it since last time because I have had to screw it up. I don't know if you can tell, but I did screw it up recently. I don't want to screw it all the way up to show what's left, but I think I'm gonna have to because last time I did that, it got stuck like this one. So I stuck it in the fridge, and after having done that, I was able to screw it down. Why not? Let's do it. Let's see what we're at. Okay, so that's where we're at. I will compare it to the progress from last time, but I have been good about using this. I probably use it like 3 times a week, Can we screw it down? No. Okay. Well, I'm gonna stick it in the fridge and try that trick again, but I don't mind using this in conjunction with another blush, but I would not repurchase this. I would not recommend these blushes. They're just not very good. I don't like the texture, consistency, scent, formula, colors of these milk blushes. I don't get the hype. But this one is gone and I am making progress on this one, so I have hope that by the end of the year, this will be done. I do have one more blush that I will talk about in the project pan, but towards the end of the video. Let's talk about lip stuff, because last year, 2023, was the year of lip products for me. I had a whole lipstick project pan, which I can link that series here. This year is the year of blushes for me. I am focusing on blushes. So you're gonna see that reflected. And so that's why I'm doing a blush roulette, which I will also link that series here. But as I said, let's talk about lip products now. Okay, here's the lippy. That's what it's looking like. I did use some, but there's quite a bit of product left. But no matter, this is garbage. So the first lip product I want to talk about today is a lip sample. And unfortunately, I have absolutely nothing to report on this because I did not even open it. I was trying to finish up a bunch of lip products over the course of January and February, and I actually have been very successful. There's just one or two more that I want to finish up before I move on to this, because I have another red lipstick that, I mean, this is red, like how much red lipstick can I wear, you know? But I think I should open this within the next little while and try to use it as a cream blush instead, so that I'm not just using this as a lip product, because with the previous lip sample like this, I actually preferred it. I mean, I loved it as both a blush and a lip product, so I think I can do that again. But I'm making a goal for myself to open this within the next week or two and start using it, because what kind of an update is this? I come back to the project pan with it looking the exact same as it did 2 months ago. I want to be able to report progress, even if that progress is minimal. And unfortunately, with this one, I cannot. So next time you will see some progress, but unfortunately, this was a fail this time. So it's a good thing that I had 11 products in this update, because there's actually 2 fails. We'll get to that other one next. The next one is also a lip product, and this was something else that I ended up decluttering just, I think, yesterday or the day before. So this was from ColourPop. It is in the shade LAX, and it has unfortunately expired. Now, I don't have any other products like this in my collection, this sort of shade. It's just so vibrant, but unfortunately it lasts terribly on the lips. Like the way that it comes off just by you like living your life, whether you're eating or like not even eating or drinking, just the way it comes off looks so bad that I basically can't wear this out of the house because it's gonna look terrible when it comes off. But that color is so rich. It's so nice. And it actually stains, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. So if I go to like remove it with makeup remover, it leaves a very distinct color behind, which could be a good thing. I feel like some lip products are actually trying to do that, but the color it leaves behind is like a bright magenta pink, which is not a color that I like on my lips. So I wouldn't even use this as like a stain color. But I am glad that I put this in the project to get a bit more use out of it before I said goodbye. I didn't use it as much as I would have hoped, but I did still use this probably 5 to 10 times over the past 2 months, which is a lot more than I would have if it wasn't in the project. So this is getting decluttered, saying goodbye to this one. So no empties, but 2 declutters, so that's something. This next one, unfortunately, is another fail. I am also ashamed about this. The Sonia Kashuk Brow Duo is still not finished. I thought that this was going to be done by the end of 2023. It is now the end of February, and it's still not done. I mean, you know, this happens. There's always products that take longer than you expect. But I was so convinced that I would be done this by today that I brought in another brow product to start using this project pan when this was done. So obviously that one is a fail. There's only a tiny bit left, but I guess I just use up so little brow powder, which is surprising considering how dark and thick my eyebrows are. This will be done by next time for sure. Okay. I said that last time, but like for sure we can compare and you can see that there has been progress, just not as much as I would have hoped. But I feel like I do have pretty good progress pictures from the year or whatever that I have been panning this. I'm not even sure when I started. I'm guessing sometime in the first half of 2023. So it has been about a year. It's taken a long time. I depotted that other shade because it was just too dark. I knew I was never going to use it. So I've really only used up this one. But still, you know, it's always satisfying to finish up powder products, especially eyeshadows, which this was an eyebrow eyeshadow duo. Next time, I promise. And then that leads right into the next brow product, which is this MAC Dirty Blonde Fluid Line Brow Gel Cream, which I did not even touch because I was trying so intently to finish that one. I didn't even want to waste one use on this one. So again, a fail, but once that is done, I will move on to this one. So you actually use this with, this is the product I used it with, just like a very, very small, thin brush. Or I could use like a brow brush, which I've been using with that Sonia Kashuk Brow Duo. But I never reach for this. I just find it a bit more tricky than brow powder. But because it is like a cream product, I really do need to be using it. The shelf life on this is shorter than a brow powder, obviously. So hopefully I will be getting to this in the next couple of weeks. I have a couple of products that I'm hoping to get to in the next couple of weeks. So fingers crossed for that. The next one, I think I do have progress to report, but I don't have the picture like right here. So you will be seeing this. Obviously there's product left, but I really think that over the last little while, I have made quite a bit of progress with this, especially in January, because in February I was mostly focusing on this Hamptons Weekender set from Tarte because there is a highlight in there. This is part of my blush roulette. So again, you can watch that series. I pulled this whole palette into that project. And so it means that I haven't been neglecting this, but in January I was using this all the time, so much, as eyeshadow too, because I really do want to use this up. And I still do really enjoy it, which is good because a lot of the time, something that I've been panning for a long time, I end up just like dislike panning it, not quite hate level, but I just like am bored of it. But luckily that has not happened with that one. Okay, let's move on to the trackable products because I have two that I'm looking forward to seeing. Let's get to measuring. We have 3 products, this project pan, that I will be measuring to track my usage. 2 of them, I think my progress will have been minimal. One of those 2, I think it will have been pretty pitiful and not worth tracking. The other one, I might track it. But the third one, I am very optimistic. I don't know if I will ever have made as much progress on a product as this one. So I know, high praise, but you'll see, you'll see. Okay, so the first one is this brown eyeliner from, I think, Wet n Wild. I have been panning this for a very long time. It's not my favorite, it's not terrible, but I just want it gone. So, oh yay, I think there has been a tiny bit of progress. So look at where we started. Look at where we are now. So it's gonna be like just below that last mark there, which hey, I'm happy about. Any progress is progress. I wish more progress was visible, but I know that I have not been using this that much lately. I actually haven't been doing that much like minimal makeup recently because things have been really, really busy for me. Not in the sense of like I have a lot of events, but just like I need to be home all the time, like doing work, like schoolwork and work, and like I'm making a lot of TikToks lately, a lot of editing. So a lot of the time, like in the morning, I just don't have time to put makeup on. And like when I do put makeup on, I'm probably gonna use a black liner. Like I'm gonna go all out. But brown liner, not so much. So this makes sense. And then the next one is this NYX Chubby Stick in Milk. I did try to use this a couple of times on my eyes as like a primer or like first layer, but I really don't like it that much. And I keep saying I'm gonna try to use this as highlight, like just a very, very minimal amount, especially on the tip of my nose. I've seen girls do that, but I keep forgetting. So I have not done that, but let's see. Yeah, it's in the exact same place. It's that pen mark there. So not surprised. But I am glad that I have it in this project pan because otherwise I would not force myself to reach for it. But this project is forcing me to reach for it, even if it is only once every like 3 weeks. That's better than nothing. Okay, and I already mentioned I have high hopes for this one. This is the, wow, it's so tiny, Kiko lip liner that I've been working for since my lipstick project pan last year. I wasn't working that intensely on it last year, or maybe I just added in towards the end of the year. But in the past couple months, I have really been working on getting this down. And yeah, I think I have been very successful. This is not a product that I wear, let me just swatch it for you, out of the house, okay? It's, sometimes I get caught on Be Real or like I'm Snapchatting and I'm wearing this and I literally have to like cover my mouth because it is so, like, it's not even just like a dark color that is bold, like it's a color that looks bad on me, like straight up bad. So where did I track this one? Let's see if I can find it. Kiko lip liner, there we go. Oh my god. This is next level. I have cut it down by half the size since last time. Look at this. Do you see? Do you see? And look how short it is. Yep. I told you. I knew it was going to be super impressive progress. So let's mark that down. Wow. More than half. I think this is more than half gone since last time. Honestly, I'm going to say that next time this one will be done. That's my prediction. I think I can do it. 2 months, no problem. This was 2 months, you know? So yeah, very happy about that one. Not so much the other two. Believe it or not, those were all of the products that were in my project pan for the last 2 months. So now we get to move on to my new additions. And since we decluttered 2 products, the Milk one and the ColourPop one, that means we have 2 new additions. These are a little bit different than usual. I don't think you're going to have seen them very much before, but that's kind of fun. I'm really trying to not have a lot of crossover between different projects this time because I feel like in the past there's just been a lot of products that you'll see in my lipstick project pan and my plan to pan series and my like whatever. A lot of products are in multiple different projects and then it's just not that exciting. But this first one, I feel like it is fair to include it in this, even though I did show it in my blush roulette, because my blush roulette includes all of my blushes, right? Like there's no way to avoid a product that's not already in my blush roulette because the whole point is to comprise my entire blush collection and make sure that I'm using all of those products. And that project is not a panning specific project. That project is just to try to get use out of all of my blushes and also to figure out which ones I like and which ones I don't like and if I should declutter any of them. And little spoiler, it has already been very effective. I think I already have 2 products that I'm decluttering because of the blush roulette. But anyways, I'm rolling in this Collection Blush and Glow palette. This is the blush that I am using for my March blush roulette because every month it's a different blush. So right now when I'm filming this, it is February 24th. And so I'm gonna start using this, not for another week, but very shortly. And basically, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this yet. That is for the blush roulette to decide, but I have already hit pan on this blush in the corner here. It is my favorite out of the 4, and so I'm gonna set a goal for myself to at least widen that pan. I would actually love to finish the whole thing, but I think that would probably take like a year, just knowing how long blushes take to use up, and especially because it's quite a large pan. Now I don't actually know the amount. This is 18 grams total. What is the Hamptons Weekender one? 2.3 grams. This is 18. Holy smokes, this is massive then. I thought that this was pretty big. These look like they're big pans. Anyways, yeah, so I don't know the chances of actually finishing this, but I would love to expand the pan on this one because I think in my blush roulette, I'm really gonna be focusing on the other shades because I already know that I like this one and I don't know how I feel about the highlight, bronzer, and other blush down here. So I just want to get more use out of the one that I actually do like because I can tend to use products that I don't like as much out of some kind of guilt or making sure that I'm equally using products even if I don't like them as much. But yeah, I am going to try to expand the pan on this one. And then also I'm only updating that project every 4 months. So I'm not talking about this too frequently for your liking, hopefully. And then the final product, this is unusual because I don't know if I've shown this on my channel before because I recently acquired it. My friend actually decluttered a whole bunch of makeup to me recently. Got them in this little bag here. She decluttered a bunch of stuff to myself and my other friend. We sort of split them up between us, and some of the things, once I brought them into my collection, I reevaluated further and I decided that I'm going to declutter them, but I'm keeping maybe 8 of them, and this is one of them. This is the Illamasqua Gel Sculpt Bronzer in the shade Outline, and this is such a weird product. I've never had anything like it before, but it's kind of funny because earlier I was talking about how I really needed bronzers. Like I wanted stick ones that you could just draw directly on your face, but this is just so weird. It's like a cooling gel. Like it almost feels like an ice stick that I'm putting on my face. Like the consistency is not like anything I've ever tried before. You really have to build it up because that's what it looks like, just a couple of layers. And then if you keep building, it's very like watery. That makes it look so weird. So I find this pretty challenging to blend out. It's very strange because it's very like watery. I can't quite figure out how I feel about it. I'm not great at like drawing it directly on my face, but it works and I feel like I can use it up fairly quickly because I have to use so much. Like just one swipe is not enough. You really got to build it up. So I wish I had taken a picture of like how much there was when I first acquired it versus how much there is now, but this is where we're at. Obviously a lot of product, but I really think I've already used up a good like centimeter or so since getting it just a couple weeks ago. I don't think she had anything used up before she passed it on to me. I like the e.l.f. bronzer that the stick Halo Glow wand Charlotte Tilbury dupe. I like that one better than this for sure, but I know that I'm going to use that up super quickly if I just use it every day, which is what I was doing. So I kind of like that I have this to use up in the meantime, and also as like a comparison because I've never used a bronzer stick before or any kind of bronzer like the e.l.f. one or this one, so it's good to know like what's out there and what I like for future, even just because when I tried the e.l.f. one I was like, oh, I really like this, but like I've never tried anything like this before, so I don't know how it compares, but comparing it to this I'm like, okay, yeah, that one is definitely better, and that is the kind of thing that I'm looking for. Not so much this, more like the LYS stick. I think this is just a strange product, but that is everything. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of this year's Project Pan series. I am trying to incorporate different products, as I mentioned, so you're seeing a lot of new stuff, and I hope to continue that way going forward because I want to not just use old stuff, right? Like I want to use the stuff that I'm bringing in new, like this one. Otherwise, I'm just going to be using products that I don't like and that are a lot older, and then things are going to be expiring that I actually do like in my newer things, like I'm never going to catch up, which is not what I want. So that's it for today, but let's talk about a book that I have been reading lately. This is Ring Shout by P. Jelly Clark, and this was recommended to me by people at Modern Mrs. Darcy. It's a very short book. This is only like not even 200 pages, and very interesting concept. Basically, the idea is it is about the Jim Crow South, but the idea is that the Ku Klux Klan members were actually demons. Like they were not human, or they were turning from humans to demons. That is what the hate did to them. And so it is this tale of like trying to hunt down the members of the Klan and kill them because they are these evil beings. It is a really interesting writing style. Like some parts are kind of hard to read because it's written with like an accent, if that makes sense. But it's a fun, I don't know if I want to say fun, like it's basically about resistance fighters, and it's a quick read. I mean, it is heavy, but the tone of it, I think, is written in such a way that it is easily accessible. So I would recommend this. It is not as good as I expected. I thought that I would love it, and so far I'm just like enjoying it, but I would still recommend this book. But that is it. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you next week. I update the series every 2 months. Thanks for watching.